Hello, I've been working with Helen to put together a video about Zoom and co-hosting Zoom. So what you can see on the screen at the minute is I've logged into a Zoom session as a participant, as you will do. And then what we're going to do is our host is going to open up this session in a minute or two, and then they will give me co-host functionality. And we'll just take a look at what that changes, what extra functions and extra buttons I get and how to control them and use the polls and use the screen share so I can show a video properly. Okay, before we jump into that, a recommendation from me when you enter these Zoom meetings, you may already know this from doing Zoom meetings on your own, is to get that chat box open, and it's probably a good idea to click on the participants button as well so you can see who is in the room. And there is our participant, our host shown on the screen there, and you can see that next to my name we have participant, and that will change when the host gives me co-host status. So let's have a look at that now. Let's say hello to our host and welcome them so they can help us demonstrate. There we go. There's our host who's going to help us out today. Um, how are you doing, host? Give us a wave. Yeah, nice to see you again. How's the homeschooling going? Yeah, that's fine. No, you're all right. There's no need to apologise, you big dummy. Well, let's look at what will happen, Mr. Host, if you give us the co-host status, please. So we will get our co-host to give us a host to give me co-host status. Now, what will happen is you'll see at the bottom of the screen there, near the chat and the share screen icon, we'll suddenly get the option for polls. Okay, so this is the thing you can do in your session with Helen now. You can click on the polls and you can see a poll comes up on screen, and you can see a drop down here where you can start to select your poll, because of course several polls will have been uploaded by Helen. You send your poll to Helen, Helen uploads it, and you can drop down there and you can click the poll that you want to do. You can launch that poll, and as it launches you can then see in real time the results coming in, so you can decide at which point you want to share the results and end the poll. And you could of course just hit the cross button here as well, and that will close it down. Anyway, that's polls for now. Sharing content, sharing your screen, again, you may have already done this in other sessions. But one thing I just want to stress with this is that left the share computer sound. If you're going to show a video, make sure this. Just stop the video there. Every time I record this section, the audio goes wrong, ironically. The point I'm trying to emphasize is click this share computer sound tick box so that when you play your video, the audio comes through the other participants' machine as well. Okay, let's sync back to where we're supposed to be and pick up where we left off. You could invite your participants to annotate the screen. You can annotate yourself here. If you're at any point during the session, if you can't see the annotate button, whether you're co-hosting or whether you're in a participant type situation, if you can't see that button, you may have to click on the options over here, the drop down to open that up, and you should be able to find a tick box for annotate there. And once you're finished, once you're all done, you can just stop share. That will go back to where it was before. Your host can then move the co-host status from you and potentially to someone else, should they need to do that. Of course, you've got the co-host status there next to my name, and we can remove that. We can ask our host to remove that. You should see that change now. There we go. You can see I'm no longer a co-host. So that's it, back to normal. That'll do for now. That's everything I need to show you. Hope you enjoy your session. Thank you to our host, our kind host. Don't be so wooden next time, big poser.